Good morning everyone, I am Swastik. This is episode 1 of How to Play Chess. Today we are going to learn the basic movements of chess pieces on the chessboard. Okay, starting with the pawn. The pawn moves singular squares on any place. They move one space forward. And there's also an exception which on the pawns, if they are on their starting squares, they can move double squares forward. A pawn cannot move backwards, but a pawn can capture diagonally. A pawn which is not on its starting square can go forward. And that's how pawn moves. Now on to the bishop. Okay, think of this position. Bishop moves on any diagonal. So think the opponent is threatening to take this pawn. So you can move your bishop on this diagonal over here. Okay, and now that defends the pawn. So if black captures your pawn, the bishop can move on this diagonal and take the pawn which has captured your pawn. Okay, now on to the knights. Now think black moves his bishop here, trying to attack your bishop. You could just take the bishop because it's a free bishop. But we are learning about pieces moving here. So the knight, I'll just move that there. Okay, let's just go to the start. The knight goes 2 places forward and 1 sideways. So the knight could go here, 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 and anywhere it wants. So think the black does that. So white could move his knight here because that's 2 places forward on the F rank and 1 place on the right or left. But here we moved it to the left on the 5th rank. So our knight has moved from F3 to E5. So think black just moves his rook here. So you could just continue moving the knight to any square you want on this basis. 2 squares on any direction and one square on perpendicular to that on 90 degrees to that square, which is 2 squared forward from your original square. So white could just go on and on with his knight. And now think black captures your knight. So now it's time to move on to the rooks. The rooks move 1 square on any row. Wait a minute. The rook goes here. Wait a second. Okay, this is white's position. The rook goes on any diagonal. The rook goes on any row or column up and down. So it can go like this, and it can go like this, and it can also go up on a column. So it goes vertically and horizontally how many squares it wants. That is the rook. On to the next piece. Okay, now I'm gonna change it to the queen. Guys, you might be wondering why they moved the knight there. The knight is actually moving black from any piece. I just want to explain how the other pieces move. So black also has to play their turn. So I'm just going to make the rook go here, and I'm just going to move the rook here and here. G rank, H rank, G rank, H rank. So while I show how the queen moves. Okay, this is how the queen moves. The queen moves like the rook and the bishop combined. So the queen can go up and back on the bishop's diagonal and also move like a rook. That's how the queen moves. And now for the final piece which I wanted to show you. I'm just gonna set it up. Sorry guys that I don't have the editing tools to edit this video. I'm currently too lazy to do that. Don't laugh on me, please. Really lazy, you know. I'm just gonna remove the king from here and put the king in the middle just to show you, and I'm gonna remove this knight. No. Why is there a king there? Okay. So let's go back. And this is how the king moves. The king moves one space on any diagonal. It can go one space on any direction, which is north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, and southeast, southwest, on all 8 directions on the board. That's how the king moves. This is the end of today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. On the next episode, we are going to cover check and checkmate.